Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. Here we are yet again, another video about how this devil is trying to push his wicked philosophy on our people. All right, and it's same old, same old. But first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Of course, double honors once again go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And yeah, they're still trying to push this alternative lifestyle bullshit on brown people. There's no such thing as black, so I don't say that. All right, so yeah, still at it. And this is from Philip Scott's, still on the African stuff, but African Diaspora News Channel. But hey, with this, he's right on point. And there's other madness going on. I'm sure you've heard by now the Dalai Lama got caught. All right, I'm interested to see how they're going to try to spin this. But let's go ahead and start this. Turn it down a little bit. Before he gets into it, let's understand something. In First Maccabees, the first chapter, it goes into Alexander the Great and his descendants, and how wickedness increased across the earth when they came into power. All right, so that was the first time people of their stock, all right, we're talking about the nation of Edom, the descendants of Jacob's brother Esau, first ruled on such a grand scale. That's why it says, what evils increase. Let's get it real quick. All right, let's go to First Maccabees. All right, 1. It says, and it happened, verse 1, after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, all right, who came out of the land of Kedem, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. You come to understand that this Bible, in its completeness, is the best history book that there is. All right. 2, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. Right? So they had to pay that tax. All right. 5, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. And to understand how wicked these 4, what they're talking about, is Seleucus, Cassander, Lysimachus, and Ptolemy. Those are his 4. All right, and they divided his kingdom amongst them. But they were at each other's throats, because you're going to find out the majority of your Edomite kingdoms from that period on, like I said, it was cutthroat, even within the family. You might have a poisoning here, and whoever was meant to get the throne didn't get it, and it's carried on. And when you go down further with our people that decided to join with them, all right, which we were commanded not to do, you got to understand, this perverseness has continued ever since. It never stopped. There's many a story about these freaky ass Greeks on the battlefield, going through, I guess, finding out whoever wasn't dead yet and then raping them. Yes, I did not stutter. That's how freaky these motherfuckers were. And that continued on with their brethren, the Romans. All right, because they're all of the same nation. They are Edomites. All right, continuing on, it says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. We read that last part again. And evils were multiplied in the earth. You can read the rest of it, but my point being, it was after this that our people decided to, we want to join with them. And they ended up doing these wicked ass acts. All right. Joining amongst the heathen. That's what our people did. All right. So let's go back to the video here. Boogery. That's another term for homosexuality. Boogery. All right. They had a boogery law under King Henry VIII. All right. Which continued on through King James' reign. He didn't do anything, King James first. He didn't do anything with that because he understood that was under the law. All right. So there was no need to change it. And it's sad that our people still believe that bullshit, and that's a result of, politics. I believe it was Sir Anthony Weldon, after King James' death, when that rumor started that he was gay or some shit. Hell no, King James wasn't gay. All right, but our people want to use that as an excuse because they don't want to do what the book says. So, like I say, fuck them. You tell them, you explain to them, you can show them where it's written, and they're still going to believe that bullshit, Jake getting ready to have a rude awakening very shortly here. All right, you're not paying attention to what's going on. They're concerned about this bullshit that's going on in their hood, and it's going to be funny. I'm for damn sure going to laugh. All right, but let's get back to this. This Jake here saying, don't do this in my country. If you want to do it in England or one of them European countries, go right ahead. But see, this is the thing. This is the pattern. All right. Push this bullshit. Because what? It's all about population control. And he's been doing this for so long. All right, continuing on. Iran. There you go. Let's look that up real quick. Boogery. All right. Going back to the 1500s. Boogery. All right. Yep. See? 1533. All right. The Boogery Act of, okay, 1533, formally an act for the punishment of the vice of boogery. All right. That's Henry VIII. Was an act of the Parliament of England that was passed during the reign of Henry VIII. All right. It was the country's first civil sodomy law, such offenses having previously been dealt with by the ecclesiastical courts, the church. The term boogery, not defined in the text of the legislation, Leviticus 20 and 13, well, Leviticus 18 and 22, I think, and then Leviticus 20 and 13. And it's also in the New Testament, all right? The term boogery, not defined in the text of the legislation, was later interpreted by the courts to include only anal penetration and bestiality, regardless of the sex of the participants, but not oral penetration. See, and that's a good point that they're making here, because you're a sodomite if you go up in your woman's backside, because that's not what it was meant to go. All right, so you're considered a sodomite even if it's male on female. All right, it says the act remained in force until it was repealed and replaced by the Offenses Against the Person Act of 1828. All right, boogery remained a capital offense until 1861, though the last executions, plural, were in 1835. All right, so we got that out of the way. That's what he's talking about. For those of you that don't know, when he says boogery, all right, he's talking about sodomy. All right, so continuing on. And that should be the end of it. Yeah, sell out. But like he just said, we got our own customs, traditions, and laws. That should be the end of it. But these mother effers, especially United, people are tired of America's bullshit. All right. But the peons here are so caught up in their little mundane lives. You know, I go to work, you know, I can make payments on this, and they're not realizing what's going on around the world. They're looking at your local bullshit ass news, all right, which is just keeping you fat, dumb, and stupid. And they're too lazy to say, wait, wait a minute, let me search around, see other countries' news, see what's going on, see if there's something else going on here. That's why I said I'm going to laugh so fucking hard with these motherfuckers in the next couple of months here when this shit fall apart. All right. Let's get another one real quick, because see, these people, wait a minute, hold on, are so concerned about degenerates. And you got to ask yourself, why is this? Yes, it's obvious that they're revealing themselves, their true selves to us now. But there's something going on, something else going on here. And it's an agenda. All right? Like I said, this is Amos chapter 5, verse 15. It says, hate the evil. For those who say, you're not supposed to hate. Have you ever read Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter? Duh. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. judgment. It may be that the Most High will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. All right? People have no clue what the book is really about. But everybody claims to be an authority because you were taught this bullshit that was set up for you by your oppressor. And he's convinced you that with these piece of crap pastors and preachers that they set up and not teaching you what the Bible is really about. And it's about you. It's about us. It always has been. The thing that they never wanted is for us to realize that it was us that it's talking about. Don't you find it strange? You got everybody flocking to this book and it doesn't belong to them, and yet they don't want you. They don't want you around. The most segregated day of the week is Sunday, the sun worship day. You ask the average Jake, they don't realize that. They want to go see the football game or some other trivial bullshit. Out on the corners, there's scriptures about that. They've been deceived and they've been, what's the other word? Exploited. There's another word. You become a tool of the oppressor. For instance, this gentrification shit. They've got our people mainly through the music acting all stupid. They set up these sociopaths. They call them rappers. All right, that have convinced our people to do all kinds of fucked up shit amongst themselves and to themselves. What do you think that's going to do? Well, for one, because of the neighborhoods and the conditions that they're in, the family structure's gone all to hell. And yeah, that's the black woman because she jumped on the feminism bandwagon. And everybody wants to cut her a break and give her a pass. All right? Not me. All right? Because he really, more than half the shit that was done to us, he couldn't have done without her help. This goes all the way back to Genesis, 3rd chapter. All right? Yeah, we are a fucked up people. Everybody knows it. We had some Cushite, at least one was a Cushite, about 4 years, well, 5 years ago. Damn, time has gone by. Ooh. And when we were down on 9th and G, he was saying like, you all are a cursed people. And he was right. And that's what we're trying to tell our people. There's a reason why we're cursed. All right? Nobody wants to be around us, and for good reason. Because we turned our back on the Most High. And like our nation is compared as a comely woman, that's Jeremiah 6:2. And the bridegroom is the Lord, Yahweh Shai the Son. We are married, and when a woman skips out on the husband, what happens? There are consequences. That's how we're being treated. We are an adulterous woman. Our people don't understand that. That's why we're getting our asses handed to us on a daily basis. That's it. That's why no matter how much education you think you're going to get, you're going to try to educate yourself out of the curses, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. You can be here 10,000 years. It's not going to work. That's not how you get out of it. We are supposed to be separate from it. That's what holy means. But we want to do the opposite. There was warnings about that. Deuteronomy 7th chapter. Well, actually, go to the 4th. It was telling us how we were supposed to be an example. Every country we went into, we were not supposed to follow the customs of the heathen. But since we didn't, like I say, we bucked. All right. And look at us. Now everybody hisses at us and despises us. This is punishment. It doesn't happen in any other nation, so it should be what? Well, what the hell is going on here? It's been in the scriptures all along. But see, these preachers, what our people don't understand, they have this 501c3 or 3C charter. I get it mixed up. And it tells you cannot talk about certain things. Shouldn't that be like a big ass bell go off in your head when you hear that? And that came about as a consequence of the Lyndon B. Johnson administration, the so-called Great Society, all that bullshit. And he was a crypto Jew. Him and his wife was, everybody knew she was, but he was a crypto Jew, one of those hidden. They changed their names. You know, everybody thought he was a good old boy. You know? But that's a whole nother video. But about this, it's all connected. All right, as long as they can keep us in such a lower state, where that, and I've said it in my last couple of videos, where that goose that lays the golden eggs, they will not, if it's up to them, they will never let us go. They make money off us. Just name of it. Just pick one. That's part of the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. We got to go to this motherfucker for all things. We got to go for food, for clothing. Everything we got to go to this piece of shit for. That's a curse. You want to be like them? You didn't want to do what I said? Hey, go ahead. Now you're at their mercy. That's why we're in the condition we're in. Someone once called it spooky stuff. Okay. The individual's got his own problems now. But hey, let's see. Something else here I wanted to show you. Let's see. Let's see if he's on here. Now that's another video. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. The Dalai Lama. And this is the amazing Lucas. I use him sometimes. He's pretty good. He used to be a Republican pundit. I guess you would call it that. And he says, you know what? Fuck that. You see his shirt? And that's what's going on now. It says, stop heterophobia. All right? It's a crime to be straight now. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into him. It says, Dalai Lama kiss video is the future. All right? Notice this is in front of everybody. This is how, what's the word? Common this shit has become. When not that long ago, who would have blamed anybody if this motherfucker was toe tagged before the sun went down that day? Just putting that out there. All right. did I just say? It's so funny. Salakia. I did not know that was going to happen. They make you watch this shit now. Yep. And I don't have the picture up, but I think the FBI investigated and found that talking about Biden and his daughter, because he should shower with his daughter, right? And they found everything to be truthful, and she's going to write a book and everything. And yet, why isn't this motherfucker in handcuffs? I mean, boy, the double standard, the hypocrisy. Wow. These are your so-called leaders. And people are so mad, and because I don't vote for these motherfuckers. Here it is. Our people are so mad at Trump. What did he do that any other president, especially for us, but they got so caught up in their emotions, and that's exactly what everybody wanted. And now this motherfucker was in there, because I'm telling you something. They probably would have had, and I'm not a Trump supporter or anything. I'm just letting you know what's going on, because he's in on it too. All right. But he was not going to go along with this C-19 thing. All right. You got to understand, at heart, he's a businessman. He would not have wanted to shut everything down. But these morons in our so-called community, all right, couldn't see that. They couldn't see past their emotions. So they all chimped out. Yeah, I said it. Fuck it. What are you going to do? And they got to the ballot, and look who's in there. Motherfucker don't even know where he's at most of the time. And they got that witch as vice president. She's not even our people. Again, our people are so caught up in this black shit. There's no such thing as a black person. Our people get played. And I almost had the word I was looking for earlier. Oh, shit. I mean, our people make it so easy. Manipulated. That's what I was looking for. So easily manipulated. That's our people. You try to sell them something? No, because they didn't see it on World Star Hip Hop or one of these other ratchety ass shows. They're not going to believe it. Not realizing who's behind all that shit. I feel like Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah. I stay to myself. Fuck them. This is Jeremiah 9. It says, a lament over Zion, which I do not do, and neither did here. You're going to see. I'll start at the top. It says, oh, that my head were waters, and mine eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. 2 was my point, 2 and 3. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Most High Yahweh. You know, same as going for me here. I know the motherfuckers are talking about me, but I know it ain't true, so fuck them. You know? You just got to get away, but, you know, a little bit more. Sounds like what? Catholicism. All the sin. This has been going on for centuries with them. You know, I read you First Maccabees. It's the same people. This has been going on since they've been in the power seat. That's why I told you that when they came into power, wickedness increased. All right? And when they were shut up, you notice they never talk about we've been going over that recently. You know, they never talk about the Dark Ages because they were not ruling. That was that 1,000-year period that they were shut down. And then they came back into power during the Renaissance. And that's when they scooped up our people, both the northern, and that's the tribes that were over here in the Americas. They got them first. Then they got us off the west coast of Africa, the southern kingdom, and brought us over here. They knew exactly who they targeted. It was not an accident. They knew. Columbus, or Cristobal Colon, he was known to carry the books of Esdras that they took out of the Bible. And it told you how the northern kingdom got to the Americas. And much of that history is in 2 Kings 17th chapter. All right? And then it picks up again in 2 Esdras 13th chapter, starting around 39th verse. That's all that history. And that's why they pulled it out, so they could run that Catholicism bullshit on the northern kingdom. Because, hey, it's still got a lot of those Latin tribes. They cannot get out of Catholicism. That is a heavy spell. All right? But in any case, let's see what else he got here. He's a fucking pedophile. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to end it there. That's my point. We got to get the hell up out of here. All right, this is only going to get worse and worse and worse. Just when you think you've seen it all, some more perverted shit. But Again, that's in the scriptures. This is going to Isaiah 19 and 14. It tells you what? The Most High hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt, remember this is spiritual Egypt and Sodom, to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Tells you that in Revelation 11th chapter. This is spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt. All right. That was just 2 of the 5 cities. There was 5 cities that were destroyed. All right, but the most popular ones is Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. So, yeah, that's going to do it. You know, it's perversion is what sells. All right. The women, they might as well be butt-ass naked. They leave nothing to the imagination. And they're just ratchet as hell. All right. That's why a lot of men, they call them passport, because they're going elsewhere. And there's been a lot of what they call clapback, which is my next video, because these these Filipino women are putting them in their fucking place. Telling them how they act. And they're right. Nothing here, or it's very rare, I would say, is wife material. You're not trying to build nothing, especially a family. It's all get what you can get for yourself. And the majority of divorces are initiated by the woman. They don't tell you that, do they? That's right. Plus, we got a bunch of mama boys here. All right, baby boys. You know, mad at your daddy, but you don't know the whole truth because your mama lied to you. And you don't find out till 20 years later what went on. But in the meantime, you done hated on your father so much. All right, and done helped to drive him away. That's why this woman, she gonna pay. She don't get away. All right. Hey, so with that, once again, I hope whoever views this is edified. But yeah, it's more and more stuff like this, you know. The Dalai Lama. That's why you hear the Catholic Church talking about homosexuality should not be criminalized. Because they're revealing who they really are. Well, actually, who they all have always been. All right, that Roman Catholic Church is the false prophet. That's going into Revelation 16 chapter, which we also are in. All right, those 3 unclean spirits, that's one of them. All right, the Euphrates is already dried up. That part of the prophecy has happened. You know, preparing the way for the kings of the east. This shit getting ready to go down. Hey, so with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.